Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today is a doing all things book, the ultimate book video. So, some of the things we're going to be doing in this, I'm going to be redoing my bookshelves, thrifting, book hauls, going to the library, I'm going to a book event. Lots of fun things in this video, so stick around and let's just get into it. Hello. Today is a exciting day. I have a book event that I'm going to tonight with my book club, or some of my book club. My book club consists of mostly family. Pretty much, actually, it's all family. It is my mom, my aunt, my cousin and her girlfriend, my sister and her wife, and then my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law. So it's all family, which is kind of fun, a family book club. But we have, sorry the AC is going and I don't feel like turning it off today, so you're gonna have to deal with it. But we have a book signing event kind of at one of the local bookstores here. It's for a book that we read in book club, The Firekeeper's Daughter. I actually have it right here. It's for The Firekeeper's Daughter, so I'm going to bring my copy with me to hopefully get it signed by the author. But that is tonight, so I am excited to go to that. It's been a long time since I've been to like an author event, so should be fun.
Angeline Bully, Miss Guamacoquay Edition House. 36 years later, I pitched it as Indigenous Nancy Drew meets 21 Jump Street. A cup of coffee. I didn't drink coffee until that morning. But I was like, no, this is what writers do. That's the day I really felt like a writer, because it was the first time I knew with absolute confidence that I had more than one story in me. And when I was ready, that story would come to me. I pitched Warrior Girl Unearthed as Indigenous Lara Croft, except for instead of raiding tombs, the main character is raiding museums and private collections to retrieve ancestral remains and sacred items. During the pandemic, they were hurting.
So I am about to head to the library. I need to return this book, so figured I'd take you along as part of this book video, doing book things, and look through what they've got there, see if I can bring anything else home. So let's go to the library. I just got back from the library. I'm gonna take this off because lighting. I stopped at Black Rock on my way home to get a drink. This is a green tea lemonade, and I told them to surprise me with the flavors because I love doing that. And she said that she put guava, raspberry with a splash of lemonade. So I don't know if the splash of lemonade is the only lemonade that's in here, because I did a green tea lemonade, but it is so good. Might be my new favorite thing from Black Rock. But if you have a Black Rock near you, I would highly recommend doing a green tea or green tea lemonade or some sort of tea with surprise flavors, because it's really fun getting to try new drinks that you normally wouldn't. But I wanted to show you what books that I got from the library. I got 5 books. So I got 3 graphic novels and 2 just like regular books. I really like getting graphic novels from the library. These are the 3 that I got. I think they're all YA. Yeah, they're all YA graphic novels. But I got this one called Sunhead. This one's about, it says Sunhead. It's like there's a definition on here. A fan of the international smash hit Sunrise series of vampire romance novels. So it's like, I think about a girl who is a super fan of a book series and then finds someone else who's also a book fan of the series, but I thought it sounded cute, so I got that one. And then I got this one called Archival Quality. It's about a girl who lost her job as a librarian because of a mental breakdown and is now working at a museum, and like strange things are happening and she meets someone that needs her help type thing. So I thought it looked cute too, so I got that one. And then the last graphic novel I got was this one called Taproot, a story about a gardener and a ghost, is what it says on the front. And I love plants, so when I saw this one I was like, that looks so cute. I saw the spine first and there's like a plant on the spine up here, so I was like, oh, is this about plants? And pulled it out and then saw a story about a gardener and a ghost, and I was like, I need to read that one. So I got that one as well. And then I got two just like regular books that I've seen on social media that I want to read. The first one is called Under the Whispering Door. That's what it looks like. I've seen this I guess I didn't realize this. It's by the same author of The House in the Cerulean Sea, which I actually just bought. You'll see it in another clip in this video. I just bought it on Prime Day because I really want to read that one. So now I have two books from this author to read. Only one of them is owned. The other one is borrowed. But it sounded interesting. Says, when a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own funeral, Wallace begins to suspect he might be dead. And when Hugo, the owner of a peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace decides he's definitely dead. But even in death, he's not ready to abandon his life he barely lived. So when Wallace is given 1 week to cross over, he sets about living a lifetime in 7 days. Hilarious, haunting, and kind, Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building a home. And then I am most excited for this one. I can't believe I found this one at the library. It's called The Library of Borrowed Hearts. I've seen this on a couple different booktube TikTok people that I follow. I've seen a couple people like rave about this and it just sounds so good. So I wanted to pick it up, and I already have it saved on my Goodreads as I want to read. So when I saw this there, I was like, I have to get it. But this one is about Chloe. She's been struggling to take care of her 3 younger siblings and find herself and to make ends meet. She's about to be at the end of her ropes, and she stumbles across a rare old book at the library where she works, only to be shocked when her cranky hermit of a neighbor swoops in and offers to buy it for an exorbitant price. Intrigued, Chloe takes a closer look and discovers notes scribbled in the margins between 2 young lovers from back when the book was new. Unable to resist following the clues left behind, Chloe is delighted to realize this isn't the only old book filled with romantic marginalia, but as she falls deeper into a breathless literary scavenger hunt, she's only left with questions. What happened to the tragic lovers who corresponded in the margins, and what does it have to do with the sad old man next door, who only has begun to open his home and heart to Chloe and her siblings? That is all of the books that I got from the library. Hopefully I can finish them all before I need to return them. Some Amazon packages just came in the mail. Thought I would open them with you because most of them are books. So let's just get into it. Make sure my address isn't on here. But, yep, okay, so first package is The House in the Cerulean Sea. I was talking about this one earlier because I got another book by the same author from the library, but I've heard such good things about this one, so I am very excited. I don't really know much about it. The cover is just really pretty, so that's one reason why I wanted to read it, because I do judge books by their covers. Oh, this one I think is a movie, because my husband got a couple movies. Yes. This one is Mad Max Fury Road. So, that is my husband's. Let's see, this one is another book, and it is Legends and Lattes. I'm so excited for this one too. I also, again, don't know fully what this one is about. It's also like a glossy, shiny cover versus like a matte cover, so that's interesting. But I know that this one's very cozy fantasy, and I have read another cozy fantasy called Welcome to the Fae Cafe that I really loved. So I'm excited to read this one. I'll probably read this more in like the fall time. And then this package has a movie and a book. So it has Inception, that is my husband's. And then it has Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's one of my favorite authors, but I've only read the like Hollywood series, interconnected series that she has. So Carrie Soto is back, Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six, Malibu Rising, all of those ones. I've never read this other little section that she has. So like Maybe in Another Life, One True Loves. I haven't read any of those ones, so I'm excited to read this. There is another package that has not come yet that has 2 more books in it, so when that one comes I will show you that one too. But so far 3 of the 5 books I ordered on Prime Day have come, and it's the 3 that I have not read. The other 2 are books that I've already read, but I borrowed them from the library. They are, I think both of them are Taylor Jenkins Reid books, but I borrowed them from the library, so I am slowly collecting copies of all of her books and also all of Emily Henry's books, because again, I read all of those through the library. Okay, it is later in the night. Finally got the other package arrived, so let's open it and I'll show you the last 2 books that I got. This one's so big because we got a new TV mount for a new TV we're gonna be getting. TV mount. Got a new SD card. And then this one came wrapped. A book. It's like wrapped in plastic though. That is funny. I got 2 more Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I've read both of these ones already, but I'm slowly collecting all of her books. So I got Malibu Rising, and then Carrie Soto is back, which came wrapped in plastic. Don't know why. Carrie Soto is back. So those are all 5 books that I got from Prime Day. Okay, so let's do my bookshelves, redo them. This is one of them back here. As you can tell, it is very messy. I have lots of books just everywhere. And then I have my favorites bookshelf in my bedroom. and that is this bookshelf. So we will be redoing both of them. I'm going to be adding some more of the books that I have on this shelf onto that other shelf, just to clear up a little bit more space, because this bookshelf out here, 5 shelves, and 3 of the 5 are my TBR. The other 2 are books that I've read already. So I know I'm going to be moving some of the ones that I've already read to that shelf, just to clear up some more space, so as I read my physical TBR, I can have the space to put them up there. And I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with my TBR, because I have too many for the 3 shelves that I have, but I do not have anywhere else to put them. So I might have to stack them on top of each other versus like long ways. So we shall see. I'm gonna start with just moving the books that I want from the books I've already read to my other bookshelf. So I guess we'll do that first. So I did just finish going through both my bookshelves and reorganizing them, and I did end up finding 11 books that I'm going to either sell or donate. I'm just gonna leave the books that I'm gonna get rid of stacked up on the side of the shelf over here on the floor. So I figured I could give you a little tour of my bookshelves. They're nothing fancy. You know, I don't have a big library room or anything. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment, so just working with what we got, but I will give you a little rundown of it all. So I'll bring you a little closer. So on this top shelf, I just have books that I've read. Nothing too fancy. There's not really organized in any way. It just goes from hardback to some paperback. I have like all my John Green books together. They Both Die at the End are both together. I have my like Rainbow Rowell books together, and like books kind of similar to those around it. But then I just have like my bigger paperback or my bigger hardbacks on the end over here. No real rhyme or reason to it. And then I just have this pretty edition of The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. in the front like that with some little decorations. And then this middle shelf, I'm just gonna move my little Alexa because I don't want to have her go off. This little stack right here is my August TBR, so this is where my TBR for the month lives, is just on this shelf in front of the other books. And then I have these two books are books that I have read in August so far, so that way at the end of the month or beginning of next month I have all the books together that I've read. So that's why there's a little gap right here. And then just some more books that I've read. Again, I have some hardback books on the end right here. And then the rest of my paperbacks into my poetry books. I've read some of these and I haven't read all of them, but I wanted to keep all my poetry books together, so that is what those are. And then again, I just have some little trinkets on there. You'll see lots of turtles because I love turtles. And then on the third shelf, we move on into my TBR. So I actually got this the other night at BJ's. They have a drink that comes inside of this little bathtub, and our waitress let me take it home. So I have all of my bookmarks inside here, as well as my book embosser. And then in this little dish right here, I just have some of these like bookend book holder things with some trinkets. And then I have a lot of my paperback TBR. Again, no real order to it. I do have these the two Aragon books together because the other one's on my TBR for the month. But just some TBR books. I don't really want to go through every single book that I have on my shelf. You'll notice a couple random books on top like these, just because I don't have enough space to have them all going this way. So I just have two books up there. And then moving down to the fourth shelf. The fourth and fifth shelves are a lot taller, so you can fit more books stacked up. But I just have more of my TBR. A lot of my series are on this shelf. I have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, just some other hardback. But then I have like the second, Nightbane, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Shadow and Bone, Caraval. Like I have a lot of series on this shelf. These two books are just library books. I like to keep them separate, just so I don't lose them. And then I have my Game of Thrones series down here. And again, just more little trinkets. I love having trinkets on my shelf. On the bottom shelf down here, I just have more TBR. I'll move my Harry Potter Lego set. Most of my TBR that are hardbacks are down on this shelf. These two books right here are graphic novels slash comics that are my husband's. His literal two books that he owns. So those just stay there, but the rest of this is just TBR. And then I just keep my Quidditch Harry Potter Lego set with my mini one down there, and then my TBR jars. I have the one of the prompts that I need to pick, and then all of the old ones that I've already picked, so that way I don't get them super often, the same one. Moving on to my other bookshelf in my bedroom. First off, I just want to say this bookshelf is freaking gorgeous. I love it. I want all of my bookshelves to be this rattan wicker. It is my favorite, but they're so expensive. Okay, so nothing really changed in these first two shelves. So I have all of my Taylor Jenkins Reid books right over here with a couple other random like summer books. Harry Potter with my three little Tales of Beetle the Bard, Fantastic Beasts, those. The Cursed Child screenplay, and then my Wicked. With some little trinkets, I have Cedric and Tonks. And then I have Professor Trelawney, and then just some little plants. I forgot to put my Pygmy Puff back up with my Harry Potter stuff, but it makes sounds. He's so cute. That just goes on top of my Harry Potter books. And then on this second shelf, I have all of my ACOTAR books, and then my Throne of Glass books. And I have the first two covers of ACOTAR and Throne of Glass. Just keep those on top of ACOTAR series. And then you'll notice Crown of Midnight missing. It's because my sister is reading that right now. But then my little trinkets I have on this shelf, I have my wooden flute that was my grandmother's, and when she passed away I got it because I was the only one in my family that knew how to play the flute. And then my sister-in-law made me this little crocheted cactus, so that sits up here. And then I have a Scarlet Witch over here, who's my favorite Marvel character, if you can't tell. Then moving on to the third shelf on this one. There's definitely room to grow on this shelf, which I love. So I have my two Geneva Rose books over here. And then I have Crescent City, which I haven't read the Crescent City books yet. I need to. And I don't have the third one because I'm waiting for it to be out in paperback. I have my little Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit set right here. Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and then I have my Percy Jackson, the ones that I have. I had gotten rid of my Percy Jackson books back in the day, like a long time ago, and now I want to recollect them because I want to reread them. And I've been finding them at thrift stores, but I don't want to spend a ton of money on them, so when I see them at Goodwill I take them. So I only have the first three right now. And then I have this Lego flower floral thing that I made in front of those books. And then lastly, the bottom shelf on this bookshelf. So the bottom shelf on this bookshelf has a lot of my nostalgic nostalgic books. So I have all of the Hunger Games books, the Divergent books, and then just some other really newer fantasies that I've read. So I have like the Powerless series, Lightlark, Nightbane will go on here too once I've read it. The Cassandra Clare books that I have so far because I'm slowly collecting those from thrift stores. And then just two other fantasy books that I have read, which Vow of Thieves will be on this shelf as well once I read it, with my little turtle and then just two other little stuffed animals over there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of doing book things. I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun getting to do a bunch of book related things. But that is it for this video, so I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!